It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run with Howard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, at these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
And the pressure gets to him again. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He finds an opening past the 40. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 71 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Howard. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Running from the gun with Howard. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Watch the whip. Hey, Charlie.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 10 now from the 33.
Mike 53. No chance. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. 53 to Mike. 53.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. A good pickup there, 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Being chased out left. And he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Wentz. Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 70 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick-6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Snead's got it. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. It's Hill, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
It's 4th down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Okay, partner, let's mix things up a bit. This is something that's been a staple of morning television programs for a long time. Let's bring it to Madden, some power rankings. Give me your top 5 through 7 weeks.
All right, I'll start with number 5, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, he can throw it as well as run it, but his running, that's so exciting. Number 4, the Green Bay Packers. Looks like Aaron Rodgers and his head coach, Matt LaFleur. Looks like they're in sync, and the Packers are playing off.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Jackson. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Elliott puts this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This is Ingram. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down by Nigel Bradford.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
It's a gain of 11.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Baltimore first down.
Switch.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Jackson, option right. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, they run with Howard. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Throwing is Wentz, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Running right, this is Ingram. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
All day, every day.
On 4th down, Jackson. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
They go with Howard again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And we will get a timeout.